Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another Dumb Show. I'm another Dumb Show host. Thank you for joining me on issue number 167. So happy to have you guys streaming with me this evening. I'm already getting warnings from YouTube that the stream is all jacked up, so we'll see how long it stays up and running. Oh, now it's saying it's good connection. Okay, baby, we're up and rolling. All right, thank you. The phones are working. 844-HIT-DUMB, 844-448-3862. That is the number to call. Of course, I pay for these damn phones, so I love when you guys call. So please feel free to give us a call anytime you want to. I'd love to hear what you guys have going on. Of course, if you would like to comment about something that we're talking about, you can do it by phone by calling that number I just mentioned. Of course, you can also get in our chat. If if you're watching on your phone and you want to just type it in because you can't make a phone call, and you don't want my beautiful face to disappear while you're calling. You can just get right in the chat and do it. Just got to be subscribed to the channel, and about 10 minutes later, you'll be able to get in the chat and get your comments in to me. And usually the best way to do it is to tag me at Another Dumb Show, and I will see those more easily, and I will read them out loud for us to discuss. And of course, if you want to help fund the show, that's one of the best ways. You know, we wouldn't be able to do this without our League of Dummies, all the members there. Shout out to everybody in the league. Shout out to all my Team Dumb Ultimate fans. Those of you who are watching and you're not already members, that's really the best way to help support Another Dumb Show, keep Another Dumb Show up and running. There's no major corporations keeping this thing up and running. It's just you guys and me. So the more help I have from all of you, the better. So get those super fan donations in. And of course, if you're not already a member, just hit the join button and you can join and become and have access to our members only shows, which I do believe this evening we're going to do. I'm going to go as long as I can here on the main show. I'm fighting some major post-nasal drip. It's just pouring down the back of my throat right now, which is not good. I mean, as we speak, I can just feel it just going right down there right now. So I'm going to be sniffling a lot and blowing my nose a lot and battling through this because I'm worried. I'm getting sick, man. I'm like right. You know that feeling when you feel like you're getting sick and then the next day you're sick? I've had that feeling for like 3 days in a row now where I'm just like, okay, I'm getting sick. It's coming. And then it just didn't come. So I don't know what to do about it. I tried to rest and see if that would help. Maybe that helped. Maybe that's why I'm not officially sick, because I kind of rested a little bit. But hey, whatever, man. We'll go as long as we can, as long as the old pipes hold up. Let's see here. Where is that email I just had? Did I lose my email? Is that a comment then maybe, or an email? Hold on one sec. While I look for that, we'll take a phone call here. F1 Frank, you're on Another Dumb Show. What's up, dude?
Hey, what's up, Sniffles?
I'm sniffling away here, man. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I wanted to congratulate you. I saw the other night you took your punishment, so that was pretty sweet.
Thank you. Yeah, you're talking about the Fantasy Football League punishment with the cheese and the Snickers that I forced down the other night. That was, I appreciate the props. Thank you. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done as far as eating challenges go. I know people think that sounds, I can't believe you eat that as a snack, my dude. Like we're the whole inspiration for that, because you said we had talked.
I don't eat 20 of them.
Yeah. Well, even one of them was bad enough as it is. It's funny, I opened my fridge today and I saw that pile of Kraft singles sitting in there, and I was like, I gotta get rid of these things. What am I gonna do with these fucking things? I told B1 to take them and she never took them. I'm just sick of looking at them. They're so gross. I'm getting PTSD every time I open the fridge, but maybe that'll help me lose some weight. I'll stay out of the fridge. So F1.
I got two things for you.
Go ahead, man.
Two things for you, Dom. The first one is, did you see that they came out with a bunch of new flavors? Probably not, because you don't like Kraft singles.
Oh, okay. No, I did not know what you were saying. So new flavors of Kraft singles. Are they shittier and shittiest? I mean, what else could they be?
One's like jalapeno, one's like garlic parmesan, and I forget what the other one is.
What are you doing to me, Frank? These psychopaths in the league, they're going to come up with, Brap in particular, he's going to come up with some psycho thing for me to do. We're going to eat this jalapeno cheese and this friggin' garlic oh, God, that sounds so awful. Just that mushy-ass cheese and that garlic parm. Oh, God, that's terrible. All right, Frank. Well, thank you
But
for giving me something
then
to
the
have
other
night.
thing,
Oh,
I
two
was
things.
sitting here eating, I was sitting here having a snack tonight, and
Mm-hmm.
I thought up a new challenge for you. How
Okay.
much crunch and munch can you eat?
Crunch and Munch. Is that like the old school, like um, uh, Cracker Jacks kind
It's
of
like
deal? Is that
toffee and popcorn and caramel.
yeah, and like nuts in there and stuff too, like Cracker Jack, right? Isn't that what that's kind of the same
Yeah,
idea? But I
it,
don't think they make Cracker Jacks anymore. But same idea, right?
yeah, they're $1 at the dollar store. Crunch and munch.
Crunch
I
and
want to see
Munch.
if you can eat 20 of those.
Bags of crunch. Is that a candy, a bag of it, or is that like a box of it? Crunch.
Well, yeah, well, they're in bags, but they're inside of a box.
All right. How much is that in a box? That's a good sized box, my dude. You want me to eat 20 boxes of that? What are you nuts?
They're $1 at the dollar store.
Oh, I'll,
I'm looking. I think they're like 3 ounces, so 20 would
oh,
be 60 ounces.
okay. Well, that's something we consider. That's going to be hard with the toffee and the caramel or caramel, however you say it. That's a lot of chewing
I know.
with that,
You
especially
got to man up.
with this hole in my mouth that hasn't closed yet, Frank. You're trying to put me in the torture territory. So, all right. Well,
I'm just
thank you
laying
for
down the challenge.
multiple. I got so many to work through. All these eating challenges I got to work through. I got that Greek. I got that giant gyro I got to do. I got the Pop Tart challenge I got to do. I still got to get that candy. So everybody's trying to torture me with all these foods. So thank you for the
Hey,
nightmares
Tom,
tonight. I
have a good
appreciate
night,
it.
man.
You too, Frank. Later. Good to hear from Frank, and not completely obliterated. Sometimes when Frank calls, he can tell he's 3 sheets to the wind. So it's good to hear Frank coherent this evening. Okay, let's see here. Brap says the lip smacking is on point tonight. Yeah, well, that's just because it's my lips are chapped, everything's draining. I'm trying to swallow and talk at the same time, and it's a train wreck. So I apologize. It's going to be. That's why I warned you guys at the beginning. It's going to be ugly. I would love to give some. Oh, I want to give some love to Angelina. She just gifted out 5 Another Dumb Show memberships. Laura just got one. Curious George just got one. Rain, Tim Mack, and I missed one. Let's see, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's there? 4, 5. I don't know. Anyway, so thank you, Angelina, for giving all those out. I really appreciate it. For hooking up the show and hooking them up. So, of course, you can always turn your gifting on if you don't already know how to do that. It's very easy. Just you can go to youtube.com/anotherdumbshow/allow_gifts. The dumbest link in the world, but it will take you directly to it to enable gifts. I have a comment that I got here. I actually have a few comments. Let's see here. I missed this one from Mark the other day. He says, "Let's fucking go, dumb. I'm sorry about Baker Mayfield. I feel your pain as a Bills fan. I too have suffered decades of heartbreak. Love you, dumb. Keep up the hard work." So yes, he's referring to the Browns game the other day. It sucked. It really was a bummer, man. And I'm on the fence. I'm thinking I'm gonna probably. I know it's gonna be hard for Browns fans to hear this or Clevelanders to hear this, but I feel like I'm gonna root for the Ravens the rest of the way, just because my son is so into Lamar Jackson that I know it will make him happy if Lamar Jackson does really well and wins the MVP and wins the Super Bowl and all that. So I'm just doing it for Shea at this point because I really have no dog in the fight at this point. I do like Baker Mayfield's grittiness and the way he's fought back, and it's a kind of a cool story after everything that happened here in town. He kind of got ran out of town and went to the Panthers, and shit didn't work out there, and went to the Rams for a couple games and had a little good run, and then got signed by the Buccaneers and has brought him to the playoffs. So pretty cool story for Baker Mayfield there. So I hope that I actually hope he does well. I think I'm going to kind of be secretly rooting for, not secretly, but going to be rooting for him throughout the playoffs. I know we get, after an old show, all that old Cheesecake Factory drama that he had. I always feel bad about that because I'm pretty sure if I was an NFL quarterback, I'd be getting beegaroos allegedly behind Cheesecake Factories. I mean, probably be doing that. Probably not right after I got engaged, so, like he did allegedly. All right, but hey, good luck to Bake. I hope he cooks in the playoffs and does really well. All right, so here's another comment I got. This one is from issue number 166. I don't remember, I don't know how we got into that, but it says, if you haven't seen The Iron Claw yet, you should. What an incredibly sad story. Zac Efron is absolutely jacked. You'll love it, dumb. Well, that's Amy must know that is my secret man crush is Zac Efron. But I have to say, I'm not real thrilled with. Actually, hold on one second. Get the wrong tab here. So let's see, Iron Claw, Zac Efron. So he looks kind of weird. I know he's jacked in this movie, but he's just got such a weird. He's like his whole face and everything that he's done to himself. He just like, even the way his abs and everything look now, he looks completely different than he did before. Let's see, hold on one sec. Here's an image. I mean, he's just not, it's a little blurry, I guess, but I mean, he's still totally ripped. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he's still just such a sexy ass piece of man. But he, like in Baywatch, that was the height of his hotness. But right now, this look right here, I'm not really feeling it that much. It's almost a little bit too ripped, a little too toned, a little like those, he got his neck too big and he got some weird like plastic surgery on his jaw or something. Allegedly he fell and jacked his jaw up. That's what he claims. But this isn't the Zachy I know. You know, this isn't the Zachy Poo that I know. I mean, look at what happened to that jawline. It just, and the eyes, I don't know what went wrong, but Zac Efron may have just dropped a few points. But that movie does look interesting with the wrestling people from down south or whatever. Like, I don't know the story or whatever, but the reason I want to see that is the dad in that movie, Dad in Iron Claw. That dude, Holt McCallany, I think, right? Is that his name? Holt McCallany. Now, this dude right here, is that his real name? Holt McCallany. Yeah, okay, so this dude's a great actor. I really like this guy. He's been in he's been in lots of stuff. But the thing I saw him in, I think it was called Mindhunter, that serial killer show on Netflix, which I think is gone now, and I thought they were going to redo more of, but they ended up not doing more of. But yeah, so this Holt McCallany, he's the dad in the Iron Claw movie, the father of this group of this wrestling trio, or for I don't know if it's a trio or whatever. I thought it would be tag teams. They have trios. How does that work? I don't know. But anyway, the dad. This is the dad. He plays the dad. He kind of looks like the Miz, huh? That wrestler, the Miz. But anyway, I like this dude. He's a good actor. So that's the reason why I'd like to see that movie. So speaking of movies, while I was sick and out the other night, I just needed to just put the feet up and snuggle up and turn the heat on and just pull one of those kind of things and put a movie, crank the heat up, put a movie on. So I finally, after forever, the Mission Impossible, what is it, 8? Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. I think that's Mission Impossible 8. I think that's whatever number it is. I watched that the other night, and boy, what a freaking great movie that was. I really love those movies. I'm a big dork. Oh man, can you hear that? I can like hear myself wheezing. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that's awful. Anyway, the movie was just good from top to bottom. There were so many things about it that I liked. Obviously, the action was fantastic. There was the stunts were incredible. Tom Cruise is such a badass. I know he's a weirdo in real life with the Scientology and all that stuff, or at least people say he's a weirdo. I don't know. He's just awesome. I think he's just such a, I don't know. He's an eccentric dude. Most great actors are kind of eccentric. So I just kind of look at it like that. But in the meantime, that movie, So good, so good, so many good. I love car chase scenes. Bunch of great car chase scenes in that movie. But it was really it took. I wanted to see it months ago, but it took forever to get it down to like $6 to rent versus like it was like $20 for the forever to rent. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm not spending $20 on a movie right now. Um, but then I finally rented it. Really, and one of the best things about this, you watch like some of these superhero movies, which I love superhero movies, but a lot of these movies, they have the most incredibly weird, hard to follow plot. This movie, man, it was so easy to follow. It was great. It was so simple, such an easy, you know, there's one thing happening and you need to stop it by acquiring this other thing. So it's like very easy to follow because there's this one thing that we're all trying to stop. And in order to stop it, you just got to get your hands on these items. And once you get your hands in the battle to get these items is so crazy. And then they got man, I got to tell you, I was talking about Zac Efron and crushes. I might have a new lady crush after watching that movie. The girl who plays the pickpocket in that movie, who's like the basically the female star of the movie. I know I knew I'd seen her somewhere before, and I wasn't sure where. I couldn't figure it out, so I Googled to see who she was, and I didn't realize that she was the Marvel girl. That she was Peggy. She's Captain America's love interest. I didn't realize that. It just didn't dawn on me that was her. And I think probably the reason was because, I thought she was pretty in this movie or whatever, but I just kind of like, I don't know, maybe something of that time period or whatever. It's just not my style. It's not my thing. I don't know. It wasn't just maybe because she wasn't in the movie enough. Or I don't know what the reason is, but I just didn't really remember her from that movie very much. Now, this Mission Impossible movie, there was something about her in this movie where I was like transfixed by this chick. She was fucking hot. And I noticed throughout the movie, I was like, boy, that's a healthy gal. And then I went to go look at a picture of her when I Googled her to figure out who this person was. And this was the picture that popped up. And I immediately realized why I'm a big fan of her. It was pretty obvious at that point why I was a big fan of Haley Atwell, if you guys can guess. And in the movie, like, she wasn't walking around all low-cut tops or anything like that, but she was walking around with the sexy, it's got this like sexy British accent and everything. So that was big fan of her, big fan of Haley Atwell there. And honestly, just her character was great. She was really good in the movie, and outside of me just being a perv. It was great acting, great story. She added a lot to it. And again, all those stunts from Tom Cruise, man. That one that everybody knows about the one that he did with the mountain and the motorcycle and the parachute and everything. So not really spoiling everything from that because that was everywhere before the movie. That was so cool in the movie. Even though I knew it was coming, it was so fucking cool when that happened. Because I realized this is real. Like, he did this. This is fucking badass. So I got to give him credit for that movie. And more good news for if you're a Tom Cruise fan. It looks like there is a third installment coming in the Top Gun franchise. Top Gun 3 is now reportedly in the making. Apparently, there are the same people who wrote Top Gun Maverick. I don't know, they're Aaron Kruger, and then that's the co-writer, and then the director Joe Kosinski are returning back for the third script. Which is weird because that's a Paramount movie, and Tom Cruise just signed a giant deal with Warner Brothers Discovery, so where he's going to be starring and producing in a bunch of movies for that studio. So it's a little bit weird, but I guess they are giving him permission to go through. It's a non-exclusive contract, so he's allowed to go appear in any other project he really wants to. So, okay, so that was Mission Impossible 7 I was talking about, Dead Reckoning. Mission Impossible 8 Dead Reckoning Part 2, the second half of the movie I just watched. That's going to be coming out in 2025. So it might be a while before we see Top Gun 3, but I am excited for it. If you don't love Maverick, then you don't have a soul. Just love Mav. Love me some Mav. Now, I have to say, Top Gun Maverick, the whole scene where they ended up on the ground in Russia or wherever city or country or wherever it was supposed to be that they were at, that shit was ridiculous. That was so fucking ridiculous. But that's what's like the first Top Gun was not, in my opinion, ridiculous. Maybe I was little when it came out, so I don't know. It didn't seem like it was ridiculous. I mean, he did turn a plane upside down and flick a guy off, so that's pretty ridiculous, but still good. You know, that's a movie. It makes it good in a movie. That whole thing at the end with them on the ground was ridiculous, but entertaining nonetheless. So, Top Gun 3 eventually coming out for all of you Tom Cruise fans. And if you're like anything like me, you like a little bit of Tom Cruise because his movies are all good, as far as I'm concerned. Oh boy, so I got an update for you. A story that we talked about a while back. Hold on, let me get a drink here. So I don't know, a couple of weeks ago we talked about Jackson Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes' brother. He was accused of sexual assault, and suddenly the woman who accused him of this stopped cooperating with the police. And the assumption is that the reason she did that was because, hold on one second, I'm trying to pull this thing up here. The reason, hold on one second, I lost my train of thought here. Oh, Jackson Mahomes. The reason that the girl recanted or stopped cooperating with the police is people are assuming or alleging, and in my opinion, I have no idea if this is true, but there was probably some sort of big payout in order for her to decide to drop the charges. And now there's an update to another story we talked about a while back with the NBA player from the Oklahoma City Thunder, Josh Giddey. I don't know if you remember, we talked a while back about his, well, he was basically accused of dating a girl who was a junior in high school. Here's actually, we played a little bit of video of it. Here's him hanging out with her. I'm going to turn the volume down because I think it's super loud. But actually, that might even have like, so here's him hanging out with this junior allegedly. So this girl's a junior in high school. You'll see, where she's hanging out with Josh. Is it just the video of her? Oh, you know what I had? There's pictures of it. So anyway, that's the girl. I forgot. There are pictures of him with this girl, which is what caught, and then some Instagram stories that went around or Snapchat stories. And I apologize, I don't have those pictures. I forgot they're not in that video. So I just look like an even bigger creep just playing a video of this girl. Anyway, no, I thought the Snapchats were in that video, but apparently not. But there's pictures of him hanging out with this young underage girl. So the police got involved. They started investigating it. There were, like I said, there were videos and photos that surfaced of him hanging out with this girl. Supposedly, I think that, who was the weirdo? I think Andrew Bogut, a former player in the NBA, commented on it and said that, you know, he got trapped by this girl. The girl lied about her age, and he didn't know it. So the cops got involved in this whole thing. And she, the girl, this underage girl, she got an attorney. She got Gloria Allred, the famous women's rights attorney, who has gotten, you know, millions and millions of dollars in payouts for women who have been wronged by men, essentially, in one way or another. And, you know, good for her for doing that for the ones that she, you know, that deserved it. And in this case, though, it just seems that, you know, if he didn't know and he got duped by this girl and he's just going to pay his way out of it to avoid any kind of criminal charges or anything like that, and the girl, you know, straight up just duped him, and even if it was a money trap from the get-go, you pay that money. You pay that money so you don't go to court. Now, I'm not saying I'm like that, because it's exactly what Patrick Mahomes did, or excuse me, Jackson Mahomes did. I just, in my opinion, I have no idea of that. That's what I think he did. But in my opinion, that's also what happened here with Josh Giddey. It seems like there was probably some sort of payout here to where this girl decided not to cooperate with police anymore, which is so weird as a dad. Um, how do you justify that as a dad? Like, I'm assuming she has a father or even a mother. Then, in that case, like, how do you justify that? How do you say, all right, it's worth not having this guy get in trouble unless they know their daughter, unless maybe they know what she might have been up to and that they know she can be, that she might have done this to the guy on purpose, or that she is into older guys and they're not looking for a payout. They're just like, screw it, I don't want to ruin this guy's life by sending him to jail. So, but I guess at least we'll get some money out of it, which is, I guess, okay if this guy got duped. But if he's just a creep going after underage girls, then we got another guy who got away with doing that. Like, and like in the Jackson Mahomes case, it seems like that was a guy doing kind of a real creepy thing where he like grabbed that girl from behind and kissed her in all this aggressive way, and then like she shook him off, and then he did it again, and it was just, it just looked gross. Um, there's nothing like that with this guy, I guess, as far as the videos or anything gross, but who knows if he slept with her or not? Nobody really knows what the truth of the whole matter is. But um, for the family to say, all right, well, we're just gonna drop it, and we'll get a payout. I don't know. That's a little suspect. I'm not real sure about how I feel about that. But while the police are not going to continue investigating Josh Giddey for potentially being with an underage girl, the NBA has not given up on it. The NBA still has Josh Giddey under review, even though the police have ended their probe. So the NBA back in December, I think they had said that they were going to wait to see what the police came up with and what they found out. So they were just kind of hands off the whole situation for a while. And now that the Newport Beach PD, they said in a statement, our detectives have reviewed all of the available information and were unable to corroborate any criminal activity related to Mr. Giddey. So that's, that's a nice way of saying the person who was making those allegations is no longer making those allegations, and she's underage, so we can't really say it anyway. So, but the NBA is kind of like, hey, this didn't look very good for us. So maybe we are going to take a look at this dude and what he's been up to, and see if this is maybe some sort of pattern of behavior with him or not. They did reach out. A couple different news sources here I see reached out to him once the case was being closed, and he's actually declined to comment about it. Not surprisingly. So another potential. Well, I don't know. The guy got duped. The guy got duped. Now, you saw the video of the girl. She does look older than, so she looks young, but she looks like she could be 18 for sure. So absolutely, I can see the guy getting duped. Brett's in there. He said forget about it. He's definitely not a pedophile. So yeah, you have no idea. He could be one of these creeps out there doing weird, creepy things, or he just got duped by a young girl who saw a basketball player and saw either just the star effort kind of part of it, or just a good. He's not a bad looking dude, so maybe she just thought he was handsome. I mean, who knows? Or just the fact that he's a rich basketball player might have had a little more to do with it. I have another update, another story that we talked about a little while back. Now, again, we were just talking about lawsuits, and I was saying how I'm surprised those other two lawsuits didn't go through. But I got to tell you, and I'm usually not big on suing or lawsuits or anything like that. But I have to tell you, in this case, I think this kid that we talked about, he has a case. I don't know if you remember this kid named J.A. here. He was a youth football player in California. He got suspended from his football team because he was allegedly wearing blackface. And here is a picture of the kid. There you go. That's little J.A. there. And you'll notice, he's got on You can see his face. It looks, he's got paint on. If you look really close though, the paint is is like brown. Okay, it's not black paint like you would do. I know it's called blackface, but traditionally blackface is like brown, like shoe polish looking color. The offensive blackface, which is all offensive, but you know what I mean. Then back in the day when they were doing that on TV and stuff. Um, so this kid, if you don't, I don't know if you remember, he got suspended from his football team, got kicked off his football team. I think he even got suspended from school for it too, because somebody complained saying that he was in blackface. Well, his family has decided to sue the school district that suspended him from the football team. And I got to be honest with you, I'm actually okay with this one. I think that they actually have every right. This poor kid, he's out there just trying to be a kid. Like you see, he sees the NFL players painting, like Aiden Hutchinson paints half his face, almost just like that. Well, let's see that here. Let's see Hutchinson paint, face paint. So there you go. A little, okay, well maybe a little bit different, but you get the idea of what he's going for. Here, we'll do a side by side of these two. You can see what we're going for here. Here's this one. Here's this one. You get this kid. You can get Aiden here. So you can see what this kid's going for, right? So there's Aiden Hutchinson. Now he completely fucking failed at it. I mean, he just dropped the ball. He shit the bed completely, this poor kid. Or whoever painted his face. Obviously, it looks like he did it. But he really fucked it up. It looks fucking terrible. I mean, it's really bad. It's really bad. It's the fact that it's brown paint, and the fact that it connects down at the bottom is that's where we're getting into some kind of rough territory where it looks kind of like some idiot Karen could come along and say, "Oh my God, that kid's in blackface. We need to report him." And then the school district for, listening to that Karen, whoever said that, and the school district listening to them are a bunch of fucking idiots. We talked about this before, but now we'll payday for these people. We tried to take football away from my boy. Tell you what, or they did take football. Shit, they did take football away from the dad, and the dad has been doing the rounds. Fox News has been all over this. They love it. I haven't been able to get the video of it because it's such a pain in the ass to pull from Fox News. But essentially, the dad's saying all the usual things. His rights have been violated. There was no due process in which there was in them making the decision and going through it. And then a few days later, so there was definitely due process done in the sense that they went through, well, maybe not in the sense that they brought him in and talked to him about it. They just literally just said, well, that kid's in blackface. We're going to suspend him. They didn't even give a chance to talk to the family about it. Now, the story, the first time around, and I don't remember if we mentioned it, but or if it was even part of the story, but I read this time, apparently the team that they were playing is predominantly black. And that's what the allegation was, that he did this on purpose. This little kid who's, I don't know, 12? Or something like that. And this happened back in October in California. Anyway, so the kid claims that he used to do this back when he lived in Texas. It was never a problem. Now he's doing it here. I would love to see some pictures of what it looked like on other days. You know what I mean? On other, like other games. Was it this bad? Was he wearing black? Do you have pictures of him wearing it against teams where you weren't predominantly black, I guess? But like I said, the dad, Daniel Amanduri, J.A.'s dad, he's been making the rounds. He's on Fox News. He said that, when they suspended him, that he did it as an offensive comment with intent to harm. Which is just absolutely nuts. It's just a kid being a kid, man. We are living in a crazy ass world right now. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. What will happen right now, moving forward with this case? We'll keep an eye on it. I didn't expect. I thought that case. This was back in October when this happened. I thought this was just going to kind of come and go. But I think when this got a little traction in the national media, the dad was like, you know what? We probably got a little case here. We can get some moolah out of this. And you know what? If it's a kid getting kind of screwed over here, and you know what, for football, well, I'm all for the lawsuit, man. Let the kid go. Let make some money here. Trying to fuck with some dude's kid. Give them some dough. And again, like I'm not a big fan of lawsuits, but that's good stuff. I'm looking over. Just Jelly said, "Yeah, he did really shit the face painting bad." I agree. It was really bad. And Michael K. And Becky are talking about another kid. There is a face painting story that you guys are also thinking of. We did talk about another kid who had his face painted. This is the kid you're thinking of that went viral. There's this little boy right here who was at a Kansas City Chiefs game wearing this outfit, and a Deadspin reporter commented on it. He tweeted about it, saying that the kid was wearing, he was essentially wearing Native American blackface. I don't even remember how he phrased it or whatever, indigenous culture appropriation or whatever. I don't even know what he called it. But then it came out after the fact that the kid, he's a Native American. Where's this end of that story? It says what his Deadspin reporter Karen Phillips, a man, Carron, Karen Phillips, accused Holden Armenta, that's the name of the kid, of mocking black people after seeing a picture in profile which did not show the half of his face painted in the red of his beloved football team. Oh, that's right. I forgot that he had, he only saw one half of the face. That's right. I forgot. And then he, where's the one where it's just this half? There you go. So here is the picture that this guy saw that got him all worked up. He just saw that black side of the face and thought that the kid was trying to block black people. What a dipshit this guy is. What a moron. Anyway, so yeah, that was. I wonder if those people will sue, because those people ended up being. Well, I don't know. Can they sue? Nothing got taken away from that kid. He just got put on a news story. I doubt. Were they going to say he caused emotional distress? But the crazy thing about that is that kid actually is a part of the Santa Ynez band of the Chumash Indians. So he's actually a Native American. So that's a good story. I forgot about that one. I should have probably mentioned that too. But we'll see what happens. We'll track that case with little J.A. there and see if his parents get some moolah out of it, and maybe he goes to school for free. College for free, baby. All right. Now, I do have another story here, which is pretty crazy. We just talked about a youth football player in California. And honestly, well, until yesterday, I know his football career was hinging on the whole blackface story, but really his football future in California was hinging on more than just that blackface he was wearing. California, they have all their kind of goofy left-leaning policies. I don't even know what you call them, but I don't know. They've just kind of allowed crime to flourish in California. Homelessness is out of control in California. They have Uber. Like San Francisco, they say is a war zone. You can't even go in downtown San Francisco because they've defunded so many police, so much of the police in California. So, God, excuse me. Sorry, my throat is killing me. But listen to me. Listen to this though. So even though they have all these crazy, goofy policies, like I said, all these left-leaning policies, they're trying to add another one to it. But there's one thing that took down California Democrats. If there's one thing that can take down anything in this country, it's football. Football, baby. California Democrats were trying to put forward a bill to end tackle football for anyone under the age of 12. But, baby, Football one out. Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, he said he's going to veto any bill that tries to ban youth football. So as of yesterday I was like doing prep to do an actual show, but I just realized I wasn't up for it yesterday. But I had this story in my prep yesterday to talk about, but it actually updated today. As of yesterday, it was like this youth football ban for kids under 12 for banning on a ban on was about to move forward as of yesterday. And then Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, in a incredibly smart political move. Not only there's so many levels to it, why it was such a good political move, because he said he's going to veto anything that comes across his desk. Now, part of the reason they're saying, and what I read online was the reason why he came out yesterday and didn't wait until a little bit further down the road, because this story went yesterday. It went viral a little bit. It was all over Fox News, and Fox News, obviously very conservative, very right leaning, was going to just chew up all these California parents. Were just going to get on there and they were going to talk about how their rights as parents were being taken away, which was going to, that is even going to, I think, start upsetting Democratic parents in California. When you start taking away people's rights as a parent to decide whether your kid can do something or not, I think even the most staunch of Democrats would kind of, they're kind of prickle at that. Their hair would stand up on end, or however you say that. But it was a good move because Gavin Newsom is a surrogate for Joe Biden. And football's so damn powerful that they banned tackle football for kids under 12 and took away parental rights in California. Shit, they might have even ended up losing California. That's how powerful football is, guys. And that's the power of it. Worked. So it is an election year, and Gavin Newsom could not be attached, especially being a Joe Biden surrogate. He could not be attached to taking away football in California and parental rights. Because even my kid's back. He quit for a year, quit playing ball for a year, and now he's going to come back. He's going to play again this fall. I'm super excited for it. I can't wait to see him out there again. Football is a good thing. I know you bonk your head a lot, and I probably have CTE, but that's because I learned how to play the wrong way. I played with like a battering ram. I led with my head on every single play. Every single play. My goal was to get my hands into you on offensive line, get my hands on you, get into you, bonk you with my helmet, and drive you into the ground. Every time, that was the goal. Use my helmet to drive you into the ground. It was just, and every time I was getting a massive headbutt, every single play. Defensive line, same thing. You fire off the ball, you're hitting helmet, you're trying to get underneath the chin of the offensive lineman. If he gets into you, you got to be up underneath him. Hopefully you got extension and you're not going to even get to that point. But again, once you start shifting, then you throw them off, you go make that tackle. You're usually tackling head first on the line. So you're just bam. So my entire life from 8 years old until 19 was just every year for several months, well, even more than that. Really we only hit from August until, I don't know. August, September, October, and then we're done by November, I guess, usually. So 4 months out of however many years that was, just banging heads for 3 hours a day. I guess I'm a bit hypocritical in my stance on saying if my kid wants to play, let him play, because I know, again, I have some repercussions from it. But again, I learned the wrong way. They don't let kids lead with their helmet anymore. You get kicked out of the game if you lead with your helmet. You tackle somebody wrong, you're out of the game. You get a penalty, like college, you tackle with your helmet, you're out. They kick you out, and then you miss the next game too, I think. So they're doing everything they can to make football more safe for everyone. I know it sounds silly because it's still a collision sport, But you absolutely, um, you just need to have that right as a parent. Period. That's it. You need to have that right. And I know, like, people will say, "Oh, well, we don't let kids drink when they're under 21. We don't let them smoke when they're under 21 or 18 or whatever it is." Um, so why should we let them do? And the reason we do that is because one, it'll cause lung and cancer, and the other one, drinking can cause brain damage if they're drinking too young. Um, well, yeah, that's that's obviously you don't have your kid doing those things, but that's trying to figure out why there's a difference there. I guess maybe there isn't a difference, but I guess the real difference is, like I said, the amount of head banging that your kid or is going to be encountering while they play is way, way down from when it was when I was playing and giving myself CTE. So, and so I think that's why I think I'm okay with it. And I think just all the stuff that comes along with football outweighs the negatives. It's good for morale. You know, you start putting in effort. Next thing you know, you're playing. You're getting results out there from all your hard work, all that extra play time. Next thing you know, you're building relationships with the guys on the line or your other skill players or whatever. If you're, a skill position player, you build great relationships with your teammates. Like I said, I don't really talk to any of the people I played with when I was younger. That's because when I was younger, I started partying real hard at the end of my football career. I was blowing down lines and drinking and just being a complete maniac and tripping and all the stuff that all my straight edge football buddies were not doing. So, kind of grew apart, down different paths there. The other ones all went to college and, are a couple of them are football coaches now. So, had I probably not turned into a partier and stuck with college, I'd probably be coaching with them right now if I had to guess. But I decided to party. Partying was a lot more fun for me. But again, football helps you too. You can problem solve. You got to learn to adapt on the fly. Mid play, you got to constantly be able to adapt. You got to be able to play during the game. Throughout the game, you have to adapt. So I'm all football. I'm all for football. And the bottom line, like I said, it should all be up to parents. And the kids too, whether or not they want to play tackle football. Because when mine stopped wanting to play, I just said okay, and I let him quit. But I hated it. Now he's back, baby. So Lil Shay's going to be busting some heads next year. All right, so let's see here, guys. Let's take a quick break. When I come back, I got a couple other stories. We'll do quick. Just a quick little video dump. We'll cover all of these other stories. Then I'll wrap it up. Then we'll come back and I will do a gaming issue tonight for you guys, and we'll see how late we can go. But I owe you guys some members only issues, so we will do that. Michael K says, so we live in a country where a 12-year-old boy can go to the doctor and say he wants to be a girl, but a 12-year-old boy can't play tackle football because it might be dangerous. Yikes. And then cherries. I don't know what that means. Cherries, because it's our Michigan guy. That's very funny, Michael. So yeah, I agree. That is a little weird. But there's a huge battle about that, and I think they're constantly with people blocking, changing laws on puberty blockers and all that stuff. And I don't even know. I saw some story the other day about it, but I didn't feel we've talked so much trans stuff. I'm transed out at this point because I don't care about it. It doesn't bother me one way or another. It just doesn't. I don't. If my kid decided he wanted to become a girl, I would just be like, okay. And I would say, no, you're not going to go get your blockers for a minute just because you're a kid, and that'd be the end of it. Like, I just don't. What is wrong with these parents that when their kid tells them that, they don't say, okay, fine, you want to wear a fucking dress to school? Go ahead. I don't care. Go ahead. Wear a dress. I want to cut my dick off. Nope. 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 You want to do that when you're 18? Go ahead. I still have the parental choice in this one. At least I think that's the way it should stay. Call me crazy, but I think that seems like a pretty straightforward, easy one for me. All the other things we Um, again, it's a parental choice thing. They're still kids. Kids don't do shit until they're 18. They don't really have choices. Parents make the choices for them. I mean, literally, like, I didn't really even get to pick out my own fucking glasses when I was a kid. My parents went, those look like they won't break. Those are the ones you're getting. Like, that's just the way it was for me growing up. And I'm not like so heavy handed with my kids in that sense now, but man, I don't know. Let's just hang on to the Franken beans until you're 18, guy. And then when you're 18, I'll call you gal. Okay, we'll go from there. So, all right. So let's take a quick break. If you have not taken a minute to hit the thumbs up on tonight's video, give me a quick like. I would greatly appreciate that. If you're not already subscribed, if you've been wondering, I want to talk to Dom, I have all these comments I'd like to say to him. Well, of course, you could always call 844-HIT-DOM, 844-448-3862. But if you subscribe to the channel, about 10 minutes later, you will be able to talk in the chat. And if you put the @another dumb show on your message in the chat, I will see it and I will be more apt to read it. Let's see and make sure I didn't miss anything from anybody in the meantime. No, I think that's it. So, all right, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we'll go for a little while longer, or maybe we'll go for, I don't know. We'll just see how long we can roll, and then we'll be doing a members only issue after that. So if you're not already joined up, make sure you hit that join button and join at level 2 or 3. One of the tiers. There's 3 tiers there. Tiers 2 and 3 will give you access to the members only. So we'll be right back on another dumb show. Hang on. All right. Welcome back to another Dumb Show. I'm another Dumb Show host. Thank you for joining me here on issue number 167. You know how much I love having you guys stream on my tube? Feels so good having you guys on my tube. You know what I'm saying? Secret ADS Mod said it's a little risky leaving that cord on the couch. Yes, I think she's referring to that right there. Well, I got my controller plugged in. So usually when it's plugged into something, they will not mess with the cords. It's when the cord is not plugged in, they decide that that's the time to start chewing on stuff. It's very weird. So, yes, and the reason I had that charging up is so we can do our members-only gaming show coming up here after the main show here in a little bit. During the break, I think I missed, or it was right as we went to break, Angelina, much love to her. She just gifted 5 Another Dumb Show memberships. The Monk Friends, Amber, Kim V, Deanna, and Melanie all just got Another Dumb Show memberships gifted to them by Angelina. So congratulations to all of you. Thank you guys for watching and supporting. And now you guys are all official members, so you can come hang out on our gaming show after the main show here in a little bit. So if you're not into gaming, probably won't be for you. I think tonight we're going to do a little bit of, probably play a couple rounds of Call of Duty, but I do think, I know Secret ADS Mod and some other people have been mentioning another game called Kart Rider Drift, which I believe is pretty much just like a PlayStation version of Mario Kart, sort of, kind of thing, I think, just from what I looked at, because I did download it, so we can do... I download it. We can all Kart Rider Drift or whatever. So I don't know how that works. If you don't have Kart Rider Drift, download that. It's I believe it was free on PlayStation. So I'm assuming it's cross-platform. I don't know. Secret AS Mod either way. Yeah. So did Angelina give out another one? Did I miss another one from Angelina? Oh, Angelina gave out 5 more I somehow missed too. So that's 15 in total tonight. 15 in total. Another Dumb Show memberships that Angelina has given out tonight. So thank you so much, Angelina. I really appreciate it. Wow. I love pregnant Angelina. I tell you what, man. I'm going to have to get that kid a nice gift or something. Boy, I tell you. What a get. Oh, man. And she's on it again. Okay, here we go. Angelina's on one tonight. I like it. Irish Ronnie got one. Michael K is now officially a member. G is a member. Chris Young and Statics are all now officially members. And Blue Wolverine is in there talking smack. He said, y'all do not want that cart smoke. So apparently Kart Rider Drift is a good pickup for everybody. They want to play that today. So we'll get in there. We'll play some Kart Rider Drift. So now that's 20 memberships that she has given out here, Angelina. So somebody suggested, Pat Wooey said, Dumb needs to track his gifters and keep track and give out something at the end of the month. You know, that's a great idea. I should start doing that. That's a good idea. So maybe we'll start doing that in February. Because I don't think it shows me. I don't think it shows me who gifted them out after the fact. It just shows me who the new members are. It doesn't say who gifted it to whom. So there you go. So we can't do that. now, but I can start tracking it starting on February 1st. So somebody remind me of that on February 1st. I'll try to keep a list of that. Might be a little bit hard to do, but I will do my best. So thank you, Angelina. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I love pregnant Angelina. I'm going to have to high five whoever knocked her up. That's for you, dude. Way to go. She's glowing right now. I love it. Um, so let's see here. All right. What do I want to talk about here before we wrap things? We're not going to go real long here for this last part here, guys. I think maybe what we'll do is we'll get into a little video dump, and then we will probably go ahead and wrap things up a little bit early after the dump, and because you always want to get a good wrap up after your dump, you know? So let's pull up some videos here. Oh, real quick, I do have one story that we should probably talk about. Well, there's one story that's in the news that's really big, but I swear to God, we've spent so much time. You know, we've already talked about parental rights so much in this issue, but there really is another big story out right now that is limiting parental freedoms. And I didn't agree with that last one, but I do kind of agree with this one. Florida has a bill that's banning kids from under. They have a bill that's banning youth from social media. It's moving forward right now. So the legislation would ban kids 15 and younger on social media platforms like TikTok, Facebook, stuff like that. I don't know if YouTube is included in that. Honestly, have no idea. Oh, shit. Scott78 just busted out 10 Another Dumb Show memberships. Thank you very much, my dude. Dasmead got one. Epic, Brandy, Steven, Navia, Johnny Beans, Strawberry Charlie, Ross, and Hannah, all gifted Another Dumb Show memberships. Thank you very much, Scott78. I wonder if that's the Hannah who used to hang out here all the time. Whatever happened to that Hannah? We had a list. When we first came back around, there was a Hannah who was really big here as part of the league, and she was going to do a taco challenge, and then there was some stuff going on, and she ended up haven't seen her for a minute. So I hope she's okay. Anyway. So, like I said, I don't know if YouTube would be included in this legislation that would ban kids 15 and younger on social media platforms. So here's the deal, though. Oh, geez, Angelina just busted out 5 more. Guys, I'm trying to do a show here. I'm just kidding. Thank you very much. Another 5 gifted out from Angelina. Tracy asks how you get the gifts. Tracy, you can go to youtube.com/anotherdumbshow/allow_gift. So the same way you'd get here, youtube.com/anotherdumbshow. Just add another slash on and put allow_gifts. It takes you right to the thing to be able to turn them on. So, Angelina, thank you so much for gifting out 5 more. You are the best. Hell yeah. I appreciate it very much. But yeah, going back to this story, I'm not going to spend too much time on it. But obviously, I actually agree with this one. Social media is totally, it's blowing kids' minds in one way or another, whether they are obsessed with it, with getting likes, for doing whatever they need to get the likes, like a fucking slot machine, you know, bing, 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 bing. Or if they're looking at it and it's screwing with their heads mentally because they're getting body dysmorphia, because they're looking at, you know, beautiful people everywhere, men, women, whatever. Like I said, WWE gave me major body dysmorphia when I was little. That obviously isn't social media, but seeing all those big, giant, jacked wrestlers, that's what I thought I wanted to be built like. And then I just realized that was just never going to happen without a bunch of, you know, roids and living in a weight room 7 days a week and eating right. And that just not something I was never going to do. But it still gave me body dysmorphia because I wanted to look like them and just couldn't look like them. And the reason that I say I'm okay with them taking away social media from kids, 15 and younger, is because you really can't keep track of kids a lot, what they do. You try your hardest, but kids are fucking sneaky. And if they want to do something that bad, they will do it. They'll find a way to do it. And they might start doing it behind your back. So it's almost better to let your kids use it and just monitor how they're doing it. That way you are able to keep track of what they're doing at least. It's like if you completely ban them from it, they're going to find backdoor ways to do it. and they're going to end up getting themselves into way more trouble and much more potentially dangerous situations that they're not going to be apt to tell you about because they're already going behind your back. So it's just like this compounding lie, and the kids just aren't really gonna, they're not gonna be forthcoming. So if they get put in a weird scam situation or a dangerous situation where somebody wants to meet and they just need to talk about it and they don't talk about it, and some pedophile stays out on the lamb or out on the, out in the wild, because some kid is afraid to tell their parents about it because they weren't supposed to be online in the first place. It's a bad scene. So I'm actually all for this. I think 15 and younger, they don't need to be on social media. Get some, go outside, play football, throw a ball around. You want to play video games, but you don't need to be on social media, getting your mind all screwed up, getting bullied potentially. Like I said, whenever I was younger and they had social media when I was younger, I would have been in so much trouble. I would have been in an infinite amount of trouble, just constantly yelling at people, or getting into, just stupid. I don't even know. Because it wasn't around, and but I know there would probably be cyberbullying involved. There'd probably be half nudes going around and stuff. So I would have gotten myself in all kinds of trouble. So just, I mean, think about all the kids that, they're 15 years old, younger. They got to deal with online bullying. Like I said, beautiful people all day long, outrageous stunts. You got idiots on here eating mass amounts of food, goofy idiots. I'm all for this. I think they should go ahead and just ban social media for kids that are 15 and younger. And I know should be a parental rights thing, maybe, but no. In this case, no. Parents can't keep up with it. There's too many, and it could lead to too many other things that could cause them a lot of trouble. So I think this is a good thing. So super fan donation. Well, actually, Scott78 gifted 5 Another Dumb Show memberships. Timothy just asked, hey, where's Mikey? I'm worried about our dude. Mikey was on the gaming issue last night, so Mikey's okay. He's alive and well. He's just still working on himself. So we're just, like I said, we're giving Mikey all the time he needs to get things right on his end. So I told him the other day, I said, do not feel any pressure to come back anytime soon. Like I said, I'm, at first, I wasn't super comfortable doing shows on my own. So that was kind of weird for me because really never done it before. So that was kind of unusual for me, and I wasn't real thrilled doing it by my own. But now I've gotten used to it. I don't mind doing it as much anymore. So I told him, take all the time you need to get right. That's all that matters to me. So just want Mikey to be healthy and happy and not feel like he has to be anxious because, one day didn't go right and he's trying real hard, but it didn't go right. And then he has to come on here and, he's got one eye going this way or whatever. So he's just trying to get things straightened out on his end. So I'm just trying to stay with Mikey. I love him, and we all love you, Mikey, and just get things straightened out. And we'll be here waiting for you when you get back, my bro. So let's see. There is some... let's do this. My throat is killing me. This post-nasal drip is brutal. So I have a couple other stories that we can save for another day. They're not really huge. They're kind of anytime stuff that we can talk about. So let's pull some of these videos here that I found, and we'll go through these videos here. Vanilla Charlie with a really nice comment there. He said, "Dumb, you're doing great by yourself. Mikey, get better, my dude." Thank you. I appreciate all the Vanilla Charlie have been coming with some nice positive comments lately, so I appreciate that, my dude. Let's see here. Okay, so here, let's see. What do I got here? All right, so we got major snowstorms coming, right, guys? Shit's getting crazy. I think it's starting at least in our area here in the Cleveland area. I don't know what it's going to be like everywhere else around the country. I know I'm assuming it's going to hit a lot of places and make it. I think I saw Buffalo, the football game. They're going to be hiring more shovelers to clear out, Highmark Stadium. They got to get it all shoveled out. So hey, we'll see what's happening there with the Bills. What are we looking at here? Did I miss something here? Oh, thought I missed something here. I'm sorry. Scott sent me, I guess, gifted out 5 more that I might have missed. So thank you to everybody who gifted all these memberships out tonight. I really, really appreciate it. And a nice comment from Crooked Orchids there too. Thank you. She said, "Dumb, you're doing good. Thank you. Appreciate you, Crooked Orchids." So yeah, lots of snow coming. They're going to be shoveling Buffalo out again. I do have one little funny story actually about Buffalo. I don't know if you guys realize this, but in Buffalo for the football games, there's a new thing that's going on around right now. They're built going on right now. The Bills they built a new state. Oh, here, I'll just actually show you this tweet because it's actually pretty good. Let me pull up this tweet. So this is great. It says here, I just saw a TikTok, and apparently the Bills are building a new stadium, and so far it's just a big pit in the ground. 5 games ago, a fan fell into the pit, and then they won. Since then, a fan sacrifices themselves to the pit before every game, and they win. I'm dead serious. So that was from earlier this week. And apparently, this is a real thing that's happening in Buffalo. And for some reason, the local news in Buffalo isn't reporting it. There's another tweet that I found talking about this. And here's actually a picture of the pit. Hold on one sec. It's kind of a crappy picture, but here it is. This is the pit in Buffalo that they're sacrificing themselves into where the new stadium's being built. So, it's very far away. You can't really tell how deep it is, but, there's trucks down in the bottom. They're way low. So that's, they're digging out a stadium. There's another tweet that came out here. This is great. This is from @BuffaClothes. It says, I have a source, Dr. Jerome Silberman, inside the ECMC emergency room that has informed me that despite no reports shared by local media, they have seen a patient that has fallen into the pit on every single game day since the start of the Bills' 5-game win streak. So, Bills Mafia not playing around, man. They are bringing it for playoff football. Good for them. So, the reason I brought that up is all the snow that's heading towards Buffalo. And I found this really funny video today. I don't know where this is, if it's Buffalo or where it's at. But it is a couple dudes having you ever gone out, when you mow your grass in the summertime, like if you go along your neighbor's you mow along you're cutting your grass along your neighbor's driveway, right? Well, when you do that, if you have a lawnmower that blows the cuttings, you obviously turn the blower away from your neighbor's driveway, right? You blow those cuttings back into your yard because you don't want to blow them all over your neighbor's driveway. It's a dick move. Now, same goes for snow blowing. When you're blowing the snow, that snow blower, it will clear an entire yard and land on somebody else's driveway if you're not watching. And that's actually what happens in this video, and it leads to a little confrontation between 2 guys with their snow blowers in the suburbs. Play.
Do you see what's going on right now?
So you can't really, there's no sound to it. But these dudes are having a snowblower battle. I'll rewind it here and zoom in for it too. But you can see this guy just goes right back. That's the problem. So you see what he's doing here at the end of it. He's blowing the snow right onto that other guy's fucking driveway. He's such a dick. So the guy on the left, you see him, he's blowing it right there. Now here's the beginning of it again. I'll zoom in where the 2 of them are already going at it here. So it starts off with them just one guy just pointing it at the other guy, then the other guy pointing it at the other guy, and they're just blasting each other with this. Look at this. And this guy, he just sits and takes it for a second. All right, I'm just going to let him blast me in the face. Okay, I'll take it. And then just, what the fuck, dude? I'll just turn mine right at him and do the same thing. But he just gave him a little shower. This guy straight up just blew it right at him. He put that thing down and turned it right at him. Oh, that's a good neighbor battle there. Good for these guys. For battling it out, though, best part about it, though, no guns came out, nothing like that. Just some stupid neighborhood drama. settled with snowblowers. Thankfully, nobody ended up in a snowblower because then it wouldn't have been as good of a story. Now, I have a crazy story here about it's a fight that starts at a bar. Hold on one sec. It's outside of a bar. I'm trying to find the actual news story. All right. So this was in Wheaton, Illinois. I'm gonna play this video for you, and it's nuts. It's one of the sillier videos. It seemed harmless and silly at first, right? You start watching it, and you think, okay, it's a typical bar fight, and then it gets kind of crazy towards the end. So here, check this out. It's so weird because you got to watch it because here, I can't even explain it. So it's not your typical bar fight. Watch.
No, we're leaving. Let's go. Everyone leave.
Dude, I'm on your side, dude.
I'll pay the bill.
So he's trying to leave. You see, these two guys are still ready to go. They're about chest to chest, face to face. One guy puts his arm around him. The other guy, I'm not really sure what the move is here. Then you notice they seem to almost be holding each other in a waltz position. And then they do one guy starts doing a little mambo with him. And then it happens again. They're doing a little cha-cha, a little foxtrot. Then the other guy's had enough of it.
Stop, guys. Hey, guys, right now. I'm saying fucking stop.
Okay.
A man now
So
faces murder charges for a deadly bar shooting in unincorporated Wheaton. This
Can you believe
morning,
that?
Michael Freund appeared in court where the judge denied pretrial release. Freund is accused of shooting Dexter Perkins yesterday morning at Rosie O'Reilly's. Officials say that it happened after an argument over pizza and the bar tab. But the suspect and Perkins did not know each other. No one else was hurt.
So after this happens, after you see him, they get into the fist fight or whatever. They stop slow dancing or whatever. This is so silly. These guys. So I don't even know this move. So the guy, he says, all right, you want to rumble? All right, you're going to go under my arm? All right, I'll go over your head and around. All right. The other guy's going to put his hand up. This other guy says, okay, I'll grab your hand. Okay, now we're dancing. Now, I mean, look at that. They're straight up they look like two middle school kids at a dance, just awkwardly standing with each other. Then they picks back up. They do, okay, let's do a dance. You want to dance? Let's dance. Okay, so that guy's trying to have a little fun with it for a sec. This guy says, okay, fine, I'll do the same thing. Cha-cha-cha, cha-cha. They're even smiling. Look at this guy. He's even smiling at him while he's doing it. So it's like it's de-escalating for a second, right? It's so weird. Like it's starting to escalate. Then it gets a little silly with the goofy dancing. And then, escalates again for a sec. Then this guy goes, okay, maybe I'll have a little fun with you, make it silly. We'll dance. And then that guy smiles and then right back to it. Then they get back to escalating it. And the guy in the background pulls out his piece and starts shooting up the air. He points it at the black dude, and then it cuts to the news telling us that he subsequently shot that black guy and killed him over a bar tab and a little scuffle that he wasn't even involved in. Like, what the fuck? Just let the two dudes fight it out. Who cares? What do you care? Like, even if it's your kid or something, like, just let them fight. What do you think is going to do? Like, does your kid have a warrant or something? So you think you're going to shoot the one guy and they're going to get out of there? That is one of the crazier stories I've seen in a long time. That happened in Wheaton, Illinois. Michael Freund is the guy. He's 49 years old of Aurora, Illinois. He's now facing one count of first-degree murder and has been denied any pretrial release. So crazy. It's an absolutely crazy video right there. And let's see here. Another good video here. This you might have seen this one. It came out the other day. but I never got a chance to play it. This is a really good one. I love, obviously, a good coffee before I get on a flight. I'm the type of person, much like old JLR on the old show, I can drink coffee and still go to sleep. So I will get coffee before I get on a flight, even though I'm getting ready to go to sleep. And this happened obviously I'm a Starbucks guy. I would be going to Starbucks if I was going, but this happened at a, what's it called? A Harvest and Beans or something like that. Harvest and Grounds coffee shop in the Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta International Airport. And this happened last Saturday. Check this video out.
No, you can walk away and I'll get your fucking stuff. Get my stuff. Yes. Get my stuff. Hey, get out. Bitch, get out.
Oh! Ooh! I missed that one the first time I saw this. Okay, not done yet. Oh! Over the counter! On the top rope, goes for it. Why not just give...
Somebody's on the phone with the police, right?
Help! Why don't you call the police, dude? Ooh! Throws her on the ground again. Damn. So there you go. Another crazy fight with some employees there. Thankfully, I've never had any sort of incidents with any coworkers like that. Mine always de-escalated before it got to that point, thankfully. All right. I think that's going to wrap things up here, guys. Yeah, the rest of these videos, I can save those for another day. So we're going to wrap up the main show here. Those of you who would like to come and hang out on the main show, I would recommend, on the after show, the members only show, we're going to be doing some gaming tonight. I think we'll play Kart Rider Drift, maybe some Call of Duty. I encourage you guys to hit that join button if you're not already joined up. That way you'll have access to it. Once you hit the join button, hit tier 2 or tier 3, and you will become a member and have access to our members only show. So I know it's a kind of a weird night and a weird time that we're doing it. Normally, actually it's not weird. Normally we do these on Thursday nights for Thursday Night Football, but there's no Thursday Night Football tonight. So figure for members only, we will do some gaming tonight, especially since my voice is kind of whipped. So we are going to wrap things up here on the main show. Like I said, I'll be back live tomorrow at 7 p.m. If you have not already hit the thumbs up on tonight's video, I would greatly appreciate it if you do that. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And if you don't have your notifications turned on, reach down, hit that little bell. That way you will know whenever we go live. Thank you for streaming with us tonight on issue number 167. I am out of here. See ya.